welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do a back to the basics makeup tutorial. Hold on one second. My lips were too chapped. That's the first step. Always moisturize your lips. But like I was saying, today I'm going to do a start to finish everyday makeup look that you can do pretty much every day. Yeah, so first things first, we're going to start on eyebrows. I'm literally jumping right into it because I don't want this video to be super long. I want to get to the point. I want you to get what you need to get and do what you got to do, okay? First things first, we're going to start with our eyebrows. Okay, so for eyebrows, I'm either using the Anastasia Dip Brow, which is a pomade. This one, I think, is like $21. Let me show you guys. But it does last a very long time and you only need a little bit. But for today, just to keep it simple, I'm going to use the Morphe brow pencil, micro brow pencil in the color Chocolate Mousse. This is only $5. You can buy it on Morphe.com, or you can get it at Ulta or Ulta.com. You know, we in quarantine, so you got to get in where you fit in. So first things first, when you do your eyebrows, you want to brush them up and out, just to make sure that the shape is right. Actually, the first thing you need to do is find you a good eyebrow person. It's quarantine, so if you didn't do it before, just keep on trying, girl. Just stay strong, okay? I'll show you how to clean it up, and then maybe you can tweeze a little bit, but don't go crazy, because I don't want you to take off your eyebrow, okay? So with the spoolie, you're gonna go up and out, and then you're gonna take your product. You're gonna start underneath. Let me bring you as close as possible. There we go. You're gonna start underneath. Don't mind my eyes. I just did another makeup look and I had lash glue, and just focus on the brows, okay? We're gonna start underneath. We're not gonna start at the very tip. We're gonna go back here first. We're gonna do light strokes and basically create definition under the brow. Now we got that line underneath. Now we're gonna go into the top and do the exact same thing. So we go to the arch, and then you just want to connect it, you see, and then you just fill it in. Brush out the product, and then there's your brow. I'm gonna do the exact same thing on this side, but I'm just gonna spray through it. Okay, so now we have the brows filled in and shaped. Now we're gonna take a brush like this. This is a Morphe M421. It is, the brush hairs are silky and they're short, and they're gonna give you more control over where you want to put the concealer. This is the type of brush you need. See how it's flat, and then the tip is round and very small. So you're gonna take your concealer. This is the Juvia's Place concealer. You want to get a concealer. I would prefer concealer closer to your skin tone. If you want to use a foundation, you could do that. I just think it's easier, and you don't have to worry about having halo brow, which is not what you want at all. So you're going to take the concealer on the back of your hand. You're going to dip the brush in there, and then you're going to just carve out the brow. So this is what I was saying earlier. If you don't have your eyebrows done, this is going to be something that's going to help you make it look like they're done. So you basically do the exact same thing you were doing with the pencil. You're going to go underneath the brow, and this one you can go longer on the stroke. I lay my brush flat. You can do whatever you feel comfortable with. bring it around and drop it down like that. And we're gonna do the same thing on the top. Up, back, and then drop it down. And you just want to connect them to give you that sharp end. And you do the exact same thing on the other side. So. Okay, so these are the brows carved out. You see how they look like super sharp? Now you're gonna take a brush. You can take a blending brush like this, or I personally like, there you go. I like a dome brush like this. This is just what I prefer. This is a Real Technique Deluxe crease brush, or you can take a blending brush. This is a Wet n Wild brush. You can get these at the dollar store, but I typically like to use a brush like this just because it's domed and it's soft and it's easy to work with. So you're literally just gonna press the concealer in and blend it out. Oh. Okay, so now we're on to our face. Brows are done. Blend it out. So now you're gonna use, sorry, my dogs are in here. So now you're gonna get a primer and a setting powder. I'm gonna show you guys the version. I'm gonna show you the way I do my foundation just so it can last all day. You're gonna need a setting powder. I am using the Beauty Bakerie Flower Powder by, Beauty Bakerie though. I'm gonna use the shade Yellow. So what you do is you put on a primer. You can buy, whatever type of skin you have is gonna correlate to the primer. They have mattifying primers or hydrating primers. So you can find a primer anywhere. And, sorry y'all, I'm a mama. I can't help it. So the primer. Hey, I'm trying to film. Mama's trying to film here. The primer goes in the T-zone to help fill in the pores. I'm just gonna work that in. Wow, this primer is soft. I'm using the YSL primer, the Touche Eclat Bleu primer. You don't need this. I'm just a makeup lover, so I like to try everything. And if I bought it, I'm gonna finish it, especially that one. I think that one's very expensive, like almost $50. So, you put the primer on, right? Then you take your beauty blender. This is a beauty sponge by Beauty Bakerie. Love this. Get a set of 6 for $18. Yes. So I take the setting powder and I basically set the primer. And I've tried this with plenty foundations and it works. It just works. So today I'm going to use the Juvia's Place Stick Foundation in Cameroon. Using that same sponge, I'm just going to blend it out. Okay, so we have our foundation blended in. We're going to take that same concealer we use for our eyebrows and we're going to conceal under our eyes. So your foundation, hold up. Oh, I didn't blend it on my neck. Make sure you get that neck, girl. Get down here. You do not want to have a mask on. And if you need to, just go around again, girl. Just go around again. Bring it down. Go around again. Okay, we're going to take that same concealer. I'm going to get what's left on the back of my hand and put it under your eye. You want it to be a shade or two lighter. But if you're going for like a real, like if you were doing like a smoky eye or something, I would say do a shade or two lighter and then after that go in with another one that's just a little bit lighter just to keep it bright under there. But for this we don't need that. I'm gonna make a triangle under our eyes. Try to avoid putting it too far back because we still want that definition. I'm gonna do a line on the nose, a little on the forehead, and the chin. And just a dab on the Cupid's bow. And then you're gonna take that same beauty sponge and blend it out. Okay. Now we're done with the concealer. To me, this is my shade, so I'm going to go in with another concealer that's a shade lighter than the one I already have. The one I'm using is the Juvia's Place Eye Magic concealer, I think this is. And this one is in the shade 11. I'm going to go to shade 13. And I'm just going to put a dab right here on the inner part just to give me more brightness. Okay, so we have that on there. And we're gonna go in with that same setting powder and we're gonna put it under here to set the concealer so it doesn't move, so it doesn't crease, just so it doesn't do anything that we don't want it to do. I'm gonna take it on the back of your sponge, just the first little layer away, and apply it. So when it comes to setting and baking, I personally don't bake. It makes me too dry. So after I get it pressed into my skin, I go in with a fluffy brush like this and I just dust away any extra powder. And that's it. I don't bake. So if you bake, go ahead. If you wanted to try it, I would suggest you try it now since you're in quarantine. You ain't got nothing else to do. See how it lasts you for the day. But I said I'm bake. Bake Crocker who? Not me. Okay, so on a day where I'm trying to like take it there, I'll probably contour. But for now, I'm just gonna bronze my face up. You know, bronze my skin and my face up. I'm gonna use the Benefit Hoola bronzer in the shade Toasted. I love this bronzer. I find it to be the absolute perfect shade. I actually like it better than my Fenty one. Fenty, I have Cocoa Naughty. Oh, Jesus. See, look, I'm over here talking bad about the product. Girl, no, did you hear me? Girl, let me know harm, girl. I just like this one better because it's dark enough. She has two shades in the Fenty Cocoa Naughty and then another one like over that. I don't remember what that one is called. That one's just too red. The Cocoa Naughty is like not dark enough, and then the other one is just too red, but this one is like perfect. So you're just gonna go, I go cheekbone or like hollow, and then I bring it up. So you can do a 3 or a C, or you know, whatever you want to do. So in comparison, like, do you see how I have warmth versus here? It looks like one-dimensional. Bronzing is super important so you don't look like just one shade of color. That's why you gotta bronze when you do your concealer. You just gotta do it, girl. You gotta take it there. So and under here to make us skinny. Okay, so we have ourselves bronze, and what I do is I'll pinch the brush and I'll go along my nose. I don't know how to contour my nose, so I kind of just fake it. So I'll just do that, and then underneath, and then also you can put it on your eyelid too. You just want to make sure everything's blended. That's the most important thing about makeup, is just the blending of it all. You know what I'm saying? Blend your stuff. So that's bronzer, concealer, setting, brow. We're literally almost done. It's not hard. It just takes practice, and you have to figure out what products work for you, because not every product is going to work, you know, for everyone. So okay, so when it comes to makeup, I suggest, if you are a newbie, to go for things that are more cost effective, because you have more options. That way you have more room for error, basically. So for me, I have a blush palette. I have 2 brush palettes from Juvia's Place. They come in 6 pans, and I think they're no more than like 20 bucks, versus buying one MAC blush that's like, I think it's like $18, but you get both of these, well, all 6 of these in this palette for basically the same price, and then you have just more variety. When it comes to blush, it really is just whatever you feel comfortable with. For me, I literally just go into, depending on what palette I use, whatever, like, just go into all of them. You just want to add a blusher. Hey, you see Mama's filming. So when you're doing the blush, you just want to add a flush of color to you. And these are super pigmented, so be careful. And then I go on my forehead too, and then on my nose. I don't know, I like blush, so I like to look like this, but some people, you know, some people don't like blush, so it really is all about what you feel comfortable with. And if you put too much, just take a blending brush, the fluffy powder brush, and blend it out. Okay, so by this point your face is probably feeling a little dry because of all the powders and things like that being put on the face. So you are going to use you're going to want to use a setting mist or a facial spray of some sort. You can use the Mario Badescu. This is the facial spray, aloe, herb, and rose water. They have different scents in this as well. And then, or you can use the setting spray. I'm going to use the Bakerie Sweet Grace baking spray, but you can literally use either one. I'll use the cheaper one. This one I think it's like $12 or something like that. The other one's like 18, but that is a really good setting spray, but I'll use this one for now. You just wanna get those powders soaked in. Okay, so that is the setting spray. It's like almost completely set. You can still see I'm still a little shiny in the T-zone, like right here, and that's perfectly fine. So next is a highlighter. I'm going to use the Maybelline Master Chrome in the shade 100 Molten Gold. This highlighter is really good, and you don't really need to do any special tricks for it. So always start lightly with the highlighter, because I'm sorry, there is such thing as too much highlighter, and you don't want to be that girl, okay? So let's just start slow and work our way up. I'm gonna put it in the highest point of our cheek, and I like to smile, and I like to put it in the front so you can see it, you know? Like if it's back here, you can't see it and talk like, ooh, which is cute, but I want you to be able to see it when I smile like this. So I put it right there, and I bring it up. So we're like, hi, my name's Taylor. And we're like, oh, you know? Like that. And then if you want to like make your highlighter like woo, what you take is that facial mist again. You wet the brush, you put it in the highlighter, and you dab it, and it just, I don't know, it do something. I don't know, girl, it just does something to it. It's just science. It's crazy. But yeah, the camera keep cutting out, but yeah, that's your highlighter. So I personally, you don't have to do this, but I like to do a little bit on my nose, right at the tip, and then on the start of the bridge, like right there. I don't know, this is so cute, I love it. And then also in the inner corner. Right at the inner corner. Y'all, real, come on, bro. Take that same blending brush, I mean that powder brush, and just get everything blended together. You could literally go out the house like this if you wanted. Like, I feel cute, but we need some mascara. So when it comes to mascara, I use two. I use a lengthening, and I use a volumizing. Volumizing? Yes. I like Loreal Telescopic for lengthening, Loreal Voluminous for the volume part. First, you gotta do the lengthening. I just had lashes on, so there's like glue left on my eye that I haven't been able to get off, so my lashes aren't gonna pop the way they normally do. But trust me, if you do it like this, they will pop, honey. They will pop. Then you go in with the volumizing. And there you go. That's it. You throw on a lip gloss. You guys want to put a lip gloss on? Let's use this lip gloss. This is Morphe Backstage, one of my favorites. Alright, so after you got your lip gloss, you can go in with the setting spray or the facial spray. I'm gonna use this because whatever. And then you spray it on there. Let it dry. And that is it. That's it. I told you guys it was so simple, so easy. Make sure you guys are practicing this during the quarantine, so when you come out, you be like, I learned during the quarantine, okay? Stay safe, y'all. Stay smart. they beat. And if you give this a try, please let me know. Make sure you guys leave comments on what you want to see next, what you need to know, what you need something more in depth. I got you, okay? I'm here for you. You are here for me, okay? I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was easy and simple for you guys. And until my next video, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.